Welcome back to the Silver Lining, where it's no filler, no fluff, but we keeps it a buck. And today we're gonna be doing the part two to our diss track tier list. If you didn't see the first one, I'm gonna link it in the description below. You should probably check that one out, just because we're probably gonna reference back to that one. So we're taking diss tracks, and this is not the list of all-time diss tracks per se. We're just listing a bunch of diss tracks and we're putting it in tiers. So I don't want people to think that I'm saying that some of these songs are the greatest diss tracks. No, we're tiering them. We're taking a bunch of different diss tracks and we're putting them in tiers. That's what we're doing here. So I got the crew with me. I got Kurt, got Stan. How we doing, fellas?
It's good.
What up, bro? How you doing?
Yeah, bro. Like he said, bro, this ain't
Good,
the
man.
greatest
All right,
list.
so we're just going.
But yeah, but this what I'm saying. Let them know, like, if they comment and see a song that they want us a diss track that they don't see, comment that. You know what I'm saying? For those that do watch, you know what I'm saying. Guarantee your favorite diss
Oh
track
yeah,
will
for
be
sure.
covered
Because I
at
mean,
some point.
absolutely, it's a ton to get to. So we're gonna start. Let's go get right into it. So I'm gonna start here with "I Run New York" by 50 Cent and Tony Yayo. This was the response to Checkmate. JadaKiss responded back to Piggy Bank, and they came back with this one. So I'm gonna start with Stan. Where do you rank "I Run New York"? 50 Cent Yayo.
Again, full description before we start. Again, I'm not a 50 Cent fan, obviously. So anything that he's involved in or will be involved in, or
Here
things
we
that are rapped
go.
about him, or things that are done in response to things that he did, are going to have a very less than favorable response from me because I didn't give a shit about that shit then. And listen to that song, and I listened to it like probably an hour ago, and I'm like, it's just a mixtape song. It's just no different than Problem Child in the sense, but different. Well, the difference is that Jada Kiss can rap, and you got 50 Cent, and you got this Tony Yayo guy who's one of the worst rappers to come down the pike to have a record deal.
Wow.
And it was just an song. It was whatever. I mean, great. He at 50 was very much battered by certain dudes at that point, so he had no choice but to respond with something, and that was just like, okay, great, 50. He just responded again. At least he responded, at least, because these niggas was raking you over the coals. With Fat Joe and Fit and Jadakiss was raking them over. And so I don't even know what tier I would put it in. Probably the C section, C or D. Probably C. The beats are decent. The beats hard enough, I guess.
See, okay, that's hot. You
Um,
said C,
Yeah, I put it in the C category. I'll be generous for 50 today.
Kurt.
I don't know if this is quite like a diss though, bro. I mean, uh, if we're gonna classify it as a diss, first of all, okay, let's go by the criteria. Lyrically, um, it was slightly above average. Okay, lyrically, impact it had none. We forget that this song was even made. Um, like when we talk about the Jada Kiss and 50 Cent beef, we don't even mention I Run New York as like a response or anything. I don't want to be disrespectful or just throw it to the side, but I would say it's probably a C or a D, maybe. Um, you know what? I'm gonna run with my mind stand and I'm gonna go C. I didn't think this was like when you look at the diss tracks, especially this is that 50 has done and is responsible for. This one was just like Stan said, like damn, they dissed me and I gotta say something back. Like I gotta say something because I'm 50 Cent. I just can't let people checkmate me like that. So let me go ahead and put this song together. Then G Unit, they always mob stuff together, right? It's a lot of Ja Rule disses with Game on them, a lot of Ja Rule disses with Lloyd Banks on them, right? So this was like a one of those classical G Unit mob up songs that I mean it is what it is. I'm gonna go see, man. I can't. Unlike understand, I am a 50 Cent fan. However, songs like this aren't like the highlights of his career. So I can't put my man 50 in D. So I had to go C, man. This wasn't that big of a deal.
I'm a little surprised in both of y'all, honestly. I thought y'all was gonna be harder on this song. Because we look back in the C tier, we had I think we had Rap Elvis, Benzino in the C tier. I don't think this song is on that level at all. I'm not saying hold on now. I'm just saying as a diss track, I don't think this song is on the level of like Rap Elvis. So I think that C is actually pretty generous. Now I don't think this was a bad diss track. I do agree with Kurt though. I don't think that it made much impact. Like people really do forget about this song. I'm sure y'all haven't heard the song since it came out.
When you put it on the
But
list, I was like,
I
oh
think it had a
yeah,
good
that
beat.
did happen.
Right. Exactly. I thought it had a good beat. I thought the beat was hard. And I mean, I thought that like I thought Tony Ayo, I mean, it wasn't like great lyrically, but I thought he had some good energy on that track. The styles and shit, it went double plastic and G Unit putting out classics. He was like, I have Ja Rule buried in some high heel pumps. And yeah, he said, F your punchlines, my shirt went platinum. Like it wasn't nothing good, but he had a good energy on the song that, brought
That's
something to it.
awful.
50 at the end did his.
That is
I mean,
awful.
I know
That's
it's
awful.
not no, but the way I'm saying it though, if when you hear the song, the energy that he's saying it was, it sounds all right. Um, but yeah, it made no impact, and the fact that this was the response to Checkmate was just like, come on, that's not close to enough. So I'm surprised y'all put it in the C tier. Honestly, like to me, this is a D tier diss track. Like I
I,
don't see. Because to me, C is a good diss track. Like I don't really see this as a good diss track. It's pretty much just yeah.
I think C could be like slightly below average or slightly above average. And I don't think it's a bad song. Like you said, it's not a bad song. It's just I mean, I'm flirting with the D myself. You know what I'm saying? Pause. Pause, you know what I'm saying? But I'm flirting with putting it on the D level myself, so I can't really be mad at you saying that, but I wouldn't be mad at D. I wouldn't be mad at D. I wouldn't be. I
All right, but
just
I mean, if y'all standing on C, then I'm gonna put it in C because I'm putting it in D. But if y'all both stand on C, I'll put it in C.
Yeah, you can put
man,
it in D. Now I go back after those Yayo lyrics. You can put it back in the D.
yeah, bro, you might have to. I ain't gonna lie, you could put it in F after that. My shirt went platinum. My shirt went platinum, bro. Come on, bro.
Yeah, you can
Come
add
It's
on,
those Yayo lyrics. You
come
can put
on,
that in
bro.
D. He was
Like,
truly off. I
yeah, I mean, it's
cannot
the
believe they
energy of
let
the
that nigga
song.
release a whole album. I cannot believe there's a Tony Ayo album out there somewhere.
All
Yeah,
right,
they allowed him to
all
record
right.
an
So
album, which is wow.
we're gonna put that one in the D tier, and now we're gonna move on to the response to this song. Now, one thing about Run New York that I didn't mention was that like it did have multiple targets. They weren't just hitting Jadakiss, like they dissed Ja Rule again, and they dissed Styles, which brought Styles into the battle. So this was
No
Problem
Jade, no
Child by
problem.
Jaden Styles in the response to it, man. And I'm gonna start with Kurt on this one, man. Where you ranking this one?
bro. Yo, this is one of them tracks that make you that like it just like separated like the men from the boys. Like Kiss said what he said on Checkmate. Then they when this came out, bro, it was just like damn, bro, like it was like overkill. Like it's like they said we could just write some regular shit and kill these niggas, bro, with that bullshit they wrote, but we want to do it so bad that they don't ever compare again, bro. Because not shortly after this song dropped is when 50 Cent made that famous trip to Yonkers and talked to Jadakiss and all of them. Shortly, it was like a week after this song or something like that, bro. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in A. I'm gonna let's just go there. Lyrical ability. Well, see, I'm trying not to be biased. The reason that I can't put it in S is because it wasn't like monumental, right? But the lyricism was there, the cadence, like you said, the energy, with the platinum shirts. You know what I'm saying? That was there. However, the impact wasn't that. It was just like they had already smoked them. That, like I said, it was beyond the nail in the coffin, right? You know how they say the nail in it was beyond that, bro. It was worse than the nail in the coffin, bro. But it didn't hit like checkmate hit. It didn't hit like ether hit, you know. Um, I don't even think it had like an A tier impact. Like we had already knew that they won. You know what I'm saying? Like they was already winning. So it was just like stomping them while they dead. Like they already dead. Why are you stomping them? You know what I mean? Now they supposed to be getting buried. So I want to put it in A tier, but the impact isn't really enough for A tier. But it's hard to put the song in B tier. So I'm like right there on the edge of A and B tier. I'm kind of like going to listen to y'all to see which way y'all can sway me. But that's why I'm right in between A and B tier. That's where I'm at with it.
Uh,
I mean, I
Kurt, I'm
guess I give
surprised
it.
at you, man.
It's just again, it's just a mixtape song, man. That's the kind of way I look at it. And again, it's one of thousands and thousands of mixtape songs that happened in that era of dudes rapping over other people's beats and dissing other dudes, and it's just like I think Kiss and I think that it was fun. It was funny at the time because of things he was saying about 50 switching from being from New York and down south again.
Right,
I,
right,
I always had said that that dude was kind of just doing whatever was popular at the time. But I again not a 50 Cent fan. Never was. I didn't think he was. I don't think he's a great rapper at all. I think he's just a dude that has melodies, and that back in those days, a lot of guys had those melodies and that sing song form that I grew to despise. Yeah, but I mean, Jada Kiss. I have a soft spot for Kiss sometimes. Again, I know I've called him overrated on this channel before, and I stick by that. I think he's overrated based on how some people see him. Now, that doesn't take away from the fact he's one of the best of his era.
right,
I
right,
just think he was a little bit overrated with the way people were pegging him as the next king of New York because he did that song Blood Pressure off the Locks album. And I just never saw him in that light. But look, this shit was fun. This shit was fun at the time, but when I listen to it again, it has no impact on me, And that's the fun part about going back listening to some of these songs. At the time, you were waiting for bated breath for some of these
right.
response records. And not this and for me because like I said, I had very little interest in all that 50 Cent Ja Rule bullshit. It was cool in 2002 and 2003, and then when 50 kind of blew up, it was fun because the Ja Rule stuff was starting to get out. And he was starting to really drift away into that pop star grouping. But yeah, it's funny. It's funny some of the shit Kiss is saying on there, but it's just a I probably put it in the C level.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, I
see.
put it in C.
Listen, to me, the only reason why it's not S, if we're going by just like pure rapping ability, it has to be an S tier. But if we're going to be unbiased and talk about like impact of it, bro, that is the only reason why it's like not S tier to me. What's up, Reg?
I cannot believe what I'm hearing, man.
Yo, he said
Yo,
C tier. He said
yo.
C.
I'm goddamn right. It says C. I know.
Oh,
I know. I just, it
yo.
That's
just, it just, it
crazy.
just, it just doesn't move me, man. Again, like I said, back then it was funny. Funny guys, this and 50 Cent back then because, again, I was not a fan. Listening to it now, it's just a mixtape song to me. It's a mixtape song from 2004. That's what it sounds like to me now. And again, it just doesn't move me like it did, back then. And even then, I didn't
Bro,
think it was that great. I
Hold,
thought it
hold,
was
hold,
like
hold.
bro.
just
Wait a second.
50.
Wait a second. Hove don't really
Uh,
respect you. Get in your place. If Big was alive, he'd have probably spit in your
Spit in
face.
your
Nas been
face.
doing just fine without you. and Pac
No,
probably would have
again,
made an album about you, and that just leaves me here to get rid of you. And Rakim and them, they don't even consider you.
Consider you.
Know you got nothing for Jada, and I know he appreciates all the money you made him. What do you say?
Mm.
Something nobody fights fair. I just know an instrumental is your worst nightmare, but too tough and
Nightmare.
too bad because you had probably
Yo,
been in your
come
own
on,
hood more than
Stan.
you have. Yeah, you sold more records than me, but in the streets, you can always be second to me. And we was damn near filling you, even though your career is based off somebody damn near
Damn near
killing you.
killing you.
Come on, bro.
Come
Like,
on, Stan. Come
like
on,
I said,
Stan.
like I said
See?
back then, like I said back then, I laughed my ass off. I listen to that song
yo,
now, and it's like it just sounds like the plethora of mixtape songs of East Coast rappers back then.
Stan,
You know, you can
Stan.
pull up.
C tier though, bro. You said C though, bro.
And then
That's
what about Styles come on that joint and say, "Oh my god!" In the streets, they say 50 who shot you. Name three niggas soon as you came out the doctor. Oh, come on, man.
that shit crazy, bro.
And we're not gonna get into that stuff, but I
Hey
mean
yo,
that line.
son.
Come on, yo.
C tier
Many
though, Stan. That's tough, bro.
many men
Hey
make a
man,
wish, but we ain't
like I
many
said,
men. So y'all gonna see death when we let these semis spit. It's over. It was over. And G Unit never responded back again.
Never
They
did. I
uh,
told you 50, that's when 50 made the trip to Yonkers to talk to them niggas. Remember, yo? He was like, 50 came to Yonkers. That's how they squashed the beef. 50 came to Yonkers. 50 heard that shit like, hold up, man. Hold up, bro. We got to squash this shit with them niggas. Fuck everybody else. Let's just squash it with them, bro, because I ain't trying to go through this shit.
I
C
mean,
tier,
yo,
though,
it ain't no way it's no
that's
C tier diss
that's
track.
tough.
Honestly, I personally think it's an S tier diss track, but I do understand what Kurt is saying as far as the impact. I do think it
absolutely
made
fucking
some
not.
impact. No. Listen, I do
No, it
understand
didn't.
that what Kurt is saying.
Lyrically,
It
it's an S tier lyrically, Stan. Come on, bro. Oh, my goodness. That's tough. That's tough.
the impact the impact wasn't quite there like Kurt said, but I'm not saying it has no impact because the impact was it shut them up. Nope, G Unit didn't respond anymore after this one. I know 50 did come to squash. I don't think it was as soon as you're saying though, Kurt, but because there was a more stuff that kind of happened after this, which was a mistake. I think D Block made a mistake continuing to diss when they stopped. It kind of made them look like losers at that point. But I'm gonna say you. So you so
Yeah,
you
I just
said
can't. I just funny.
Stan says C. Kurt, what did you say again?
I say
And
A,
I'll go with A.
but possibly B. But I say A though. It has to be. It can't, yo. And when I say B, it has to be like the top of B, like the upper echelon. It has to be an A, bro. It has to be, bro. It has to be A, bro. Come
It's just a
on,
mixtape song,
Stan.
man. It's just a
C
mixtape song.
though.
That's all it is.
Dang, I want to know what you gonna rate the rest of these joints, bro. If that's a C,
Wow.
bro,
Yeah.
that's gonna be tough.
Right.
Wait and see.
Okay, so now we're gonna go to Nicki Minaj, Bigfoot. This is a recent diss track. This is a response to Meg Thee Stallion because on
Oh.
Hish, she says some lines that Nicki took offense to, and Nicki got in the booth. So I'll start on this one. This was one of the most bizarre diss tracks that I've ever heard. I think that like I think Nicki Minaj does have some good bars on here. There's definitely some good lines she threw at her on here. It's just her delivery and the way she's rapping it is just it's so bizarre. And I understand Nicki Minaj does rap in the funny voices and stuff, but like it was just overkill. And then the end of the song when she's talking, it is so just bizarre. Like I don't know how much coke was in that studio that day, man. But they should have lowered the
There's a
dosage
lot.
because it really ruined the song. Like I think that like she's got some good lines on there. She's got some good lines, but like this song is just weird. But because there's some good bars on here, I'm not going to put it into the F tier because I do think there's some lines that I thought were dope. So I can't put it in the F tier, but I think D tier is appropriate for this track. I'll go to Stan. What do you say?
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about, man? This
What?
song is awful, and it just is awful. It's like it's what happens when somebody goes and does lines of coke and then decides I'm gonna go do a song about this girl, and that's what she did. And you listen to it and it looked like, man, she's either high or on Xanax or some shit, and it was just dreadful. And I couldn't even get through the end where she's just talking about it. It's just she's jealous of Meg because Meg called out the fact that she's married to a fucking pedophile. I'm just, that's,
That's what it is. That's what it
she's
is.
married to a sex offender, bro. There's no defending that. You're married to a sex offender, and you try to defend that, and you got the audacity to make fun of a situation that happened to that girl. Where that girl got attacked by some fucking dude. This nigga shot at this girl, and y'all niggas making jokes about it. I didn't
It's a
particularly
battle,
care
bro.
for any of that stuff. I
I
don't
mean,
care
it
what
is
it
a
is
battle
about.
though, Stan. It is
I
a
get it.
battle.
I get it's a battle, and I get that stuff is feed game. I just didn't care for a lot of shit these niggas were saying about her about that situation, and just that. I mean, at the end of the day, the reality is Nikki is jealous because Meg took a lot of her shit, took her shot. She came out and started doing the shit that she was doing, but doing it better and looking better, and not looking as plastic as her. And just they are two different. They're doing the same type of shit, which whatever. But Nikki was mad because Megan was taking half her shine, and Megan made a she made they were making little subliminal comments, and Meg made the fucking Megan's Law comment and shit, and that shit was hilarious
That was a dope ass
because
bar.
again, you know what Megan's Law is, and you figure that out.
Yeah,
You
we
listen
know
to
what
that,
that
and it's like.
is. Yes, we do.
And like nigga, like yo, you married a sex offender. You know what I'm saying? This is bad. It is what it is. That nigga's a bad nigga. He's a bad dude, and you trying to defend that, and you. This is a lot
That's
of
how
weird
she
stuff
defended.
going on.
Just a lot.
There's a lot of weird shit with Nikki and her family, and shit with her brother. Again, nothing I want to go into at this point, but it's just a lot of weird shit with her. That song was just fucking weird. It was like again, if you have to have the type of people around you that will listen to that and tell you, yo, are you sure you want to release this? Are you sure you want me to push
Right.
send and send it out to the webs? You sure you want me to put that and send it to TMZ? Because if you want that out there, that's cool, but I don't think you need to put that out there. I think you need to sober up, get off the nose candy, and properly respond to what she said. Otherwise, you don't get clowned for this. But if you want me to release it, fine. You know, Again, I'm sure she stumbled around like Tony Montana and said, "Sure, bro, I want it released." All right, cool. We'll release it. I think it's fucking horrible, but
Facts.
we'll release it. That's what you want.
Terrible.
Again, she's a better rapper than that, and that's all I got. I thought it was fucking horrible. You put that shit in whatever the lowest the lowest that you want to put in to put the F level, but you can put it below the F level. That was horrible. And the reason why I'm so hard on that one because I expect better from her because she's a better rapper than that. And she just got high and got high off
But
the nose candy and just did a record. And it was like,
Bro.
why?
Bro, we
all
could
right,
just put
Kurt,
this
it's on
shit in.
you.
We could just put this shit in F tier and just be done with it, bro. Um, I'm gonna just be honest with you, bro. I'm being real with you. Yes, she did say some bars, bro, but the bars wasn't that great to where as though it could save her for how terribly trash the actual song is, bro. Like this song is different because all these other diss tracks. This is one of the only diss tracks that added a negative, a class negative effect on the actual artist that dropped it, though. You see what I'm saying? Like after she dropped this, everybody was like, "Yo, what the fuck is she on? What the fuck is wrong with her?" Like this track did more damage to Nikki than it did to Megan, bro. And this is one
Yeah,
of
it
when
did.
you look at these diss tracks, bro. This is like the only diss track you can say that about, bro. This track looks worse on the actual artist that dropped it than it does the person that she's addressing, bro. Like, just put that shit in that tier and move on to the next one, bro. I don't even want to waste no breath
All right,
on that shit.
I ain't gonna fight you. I ain't gonna fight y'all. I ain't gonna fight y'all. I ain't gonna fight y'all.
That shit
I
is
said my
terrible.
piece. I ain't gonna fight you.
That
I'm
shit is
sure
I ain't
people
gonna
gonna
fight
terrible.
look
you.
at. I'm sure some people might say is that Nicki Minaj. I don't think she's a great rapper. I think she's a decent rapper, and that's about all I think about her. And that's it. I think Meg's a decent rapper that raps about shit I don't want to hear about. Sorry,
But early
I'm not. I'm not.
Nikki, early Nikki was different though, Stan. Like
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
come up
Early,
Nikki.
of course. When she came up and she was dope, and I thought she was dope. But it's like now, she's 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 a whole different level of whatever, and this
Right.
is just a lot of bizarre behavior with her. And I just hope that she gets the help that she needs for a drug problem. So I mean, just because that can take you down. You know, she needs to get help with the coke problem. That's all.
Bro, we heard coked up
All right,
rappers before. That was fentanyl, bro. We've heard
let's
coked up rappers before, bro.
let's
Whatever
move
it was,
along.
she needs help on it because that
Let's
was
move
horrible.
along. Let's move along. We have next on the list, Ja Rule, Loose Change. Now this one was, man, he fired at so many targets on this song, man. Like obviously he was dissing 50, he was dissing M, he threw shots at Lil Mo, he threw shots at Dr. Dre, Busta Rhymes, Chris Lighty. I'm not sure if I got everybody. Might be some more that he dissed on this song. Truth. Remember Dr. Dre's All This Truth Hurts. She got some bars on there. So Ja Rule was just being attacked by a lot of people at one time, and he just let loose on this song. So let me say this about this song, right? I in no way, shape, or form am comparing this song to Ether. But something that you said, Kurt, when you was talking about Ether, you was talking about how you knew of Nas, but you didn't like really listen to him like that. And then when you heard Ether, it made you go check out his catalog. So
Mm-hmm.
this song kind of did that for me when it comes to Ja Rule from the standpoint of I listened to Ja Rule, obviously. Like his songs on the radio, you couldn't help but like them. They were catchy as hell. Ja Rule had a lot of good songs.
Had a lot of
But
good songs.
yeah, but Ja Rule wasn't somebody that I went to as far as for like album cuts. Like I wasn't like talking about Ja Rule album cuts like that. And for the longest time, 50 and Junior were just bullying him, just dissing him, and Ja never responded. And so we know now that there were some reasons why he couldn't respond, what we're not going to get into here, but there were some things happening in the background that were
Mm-hmm.
laws and
Mm-hmm.
lawsuits and stuff. Not gonna get to it, but there were things that were happening in the background and why he felt like he couldn't respond. But from the consumer, we didn't know any of that stuff. And so for me, it was like, oh, damn, Ja really swung back. Nobody really expected him to swing back like that. And the fact that he had his back against the wall, swinging at so many targets, just added a lot to this song. Now, do I think it's like a great lyrical dish song? I don't. It's so this is more so coming from the standpoint of like impact and just the fact that he actually swung back. And I mean, he had a couple decent lines. I love the because I was still an Eminem fan at this point, very much so. But Eminem at this time was annoying me with the wearing bulletproof vests and do rags. I'm like, M, stop it, bro. There was a bad time for
Mm-hmm.
M. And so when he has the line, M was a do rag for you'll never know black pain and all that, so you can be the first white rapper slain. That was a dope diss. And then also we know what he said at the end about his daughter, which was it was harsh, but it's battle. It's a battle or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
So what Haley's
so
gonna be when she grow up?
yeah, that was a harsh that was a harsh diss. But I mean, but like I was saying before, like it did make me listen to like a lot of jazz stuff afterwards. I remember being in we was in me and Stan, we was in New York, and I was actually looking for Jazz first album, Vinny Vinny Vici. I literally couldn't find it. So to the young people back then, we couldn't just go on streaming and listen to it. We had to find the
Couldn't
music.
J.
And so
Yep.
when I was going to like Sam Goody, I couldn't find Vinny Vinny Vici. So I was in New York and I went to one of those mom and pop stores on Jamaica Ave, and I found it. And I remember being in New York listening to it, like, yo, Ja really he always had some joints. Like we kind of slept
Mm-hmm.
on Ja outside of like the pop songs. So this song had impact on me personally. Maybe not for everyone else, but for me personally, it did have impact. I can't put it high on this list just because I don't think it's like an amazing diss record. I like his energy on it, and the fact he misspelled Murder Inc. is just a knock on it as well. But for me, and I ain't gonna fight with y'all, but for me, it's a C tier diss track. And I'm gonna throw it to Kurt. What you got?
bro. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I don't think it's. I don't think it's lyrically there. Lyrically, like you say, he got a couple. But this is an A class diss track, bro. This is an A tier diss track, bro. This not only is it, it's not an A tier track based off of what he said, because if we go on by what he said, excuse me, and we go by what he said, it's a B tier at best. Okay. The reason why I'm saying it's A tier is because what it's responsible for. Like that Kim is a known slut and what Haley gonna be, bro. That's one of the most memorable bars of our generation. Ja Rule got his ass whooped in the battle. We not That's not what we're arguing here. We're talking about this particular song, right? This particular diss track from Ja Rule, I believe it's A tier because, like you said, he went after everybody that was talking about him. He had he had some S tier bars in there. Not a S tier like verse but he has S tier bars. And the impact of this song, this is even in the whole battle between him and Ja, this is one of the top 2 or 3 songs. And the whole, if you take all the songs that G Unit did, you take all the songs that Murder Inc. did, this song is top 2 or 3 because it made him respond. It made Busta. We never heard Busta battle. It made Busta respond like this impact was. This was like this actually is the only like really real punch that he landed the whole battle. To be honest with you, he had a couple other joints that was okay, but this is the only one out of the whole battle. Ja Rule and all the what's the dude, Black Tie, Cadillac Tie, whatever, Black Child, all them other niggas was trying to say shit. This was the best one they had, bro. Like I said, I don't think it's A tier lyricism, it's B tier plus. But when you add the impact, it is S tier impact. A B class lyricism with S tier impact would make it A tier. You know what I'm saying? The impact of this song alone has to make it at least a A tier because it really, you felt for a second like, oh shit, Ja coming back. Yeah, Ja, he coming back. He coming back. And then Hail Mary came out and the world changed. But this this I believe this should be an A tier. Even though Ja got beat, even though Ja got crushed, this right here was a Hail Mary, and I think it deserves some respect. I would put it A tier, man, simply off the impact of it alone.
Wow, Kurt, I thought I was gonna be alone on this one. I thought me putting it in the C tier was gonna be like out there. So I'm stunned, man. Wow.
But if you really think about it, bro, it should be there, bro. It should be.
All right. Stan, what you got? This should be good.
I mean, at the time, I was not interested in what he was interested in, but it was like, wow, he finally responded. Good for him. You know, he had some
Hmm.
nice lines on there. I don't think it was the wisest thing to diss Eminem and Dr. Dre. I didn't think that was very wise, but I guess he didn't care at that point. And again,
Hmm.
when you are top, the king nigga in hip hop, and he was one of the top dudes in hip hop at the time, which might make people laugh to hear that now, but he was.
He was.
So I mean, I'd probably put it in the C tier just based off the fact that at least he was fighting back. But he's Ja Rule. I mean, he's an above average lyricist today. So, and actually, I probably would push it towards the B tier because it was decent, and he didn't because he had the balls to actually go after Eminem, which was at that time. I don't
A
know
no
how many
go.
top. I don't know how many top dudes in the industry was going to even have the temerity to go after Eminem, given some of
Hmm.
the things he had done. And I give him that. I was like, yo, at least you swung back because these niggas is making a fool of you. So I mean, yeah, he was starting to do stuff. I know he had clap back on that one album that he had that I liked. So he
You
was
like
starting
that
to say
album?
some shit. It was one of his better records, just because he went and kind of took it back to what he was doing before the pop shit.
Yeah,
So I give
yeah.
Ja credit for that part, and I'll give him credit for having the balls to go after Eminem. And I probably put it in B tier. I wouldn't say it was a memorable record, but I listened to it recently. I was like, wow, that was pretty fun. You know,
I just think
Ja actually swung back at them niggas.
John, this was the one. This is the only real reference. And like I said, yo, he said that's the most memorable bar. That might be the most memorable bar of their whole battle. Your mother's a crackhead and Kate and your wife is a slut. So what Haley's gonna be when she grow up? That's probably the single most memorable bar in their entire battle.
It is. It is. All right,
That's
man.
what
I'm
I'm
stunned,
saying.
man. I'm stunned, man. I thought I was gonna be alone on this one, man. So yeah, so Stan said B, and honestly, I feel B as well. I was trying to
Okay,
be,
we
I
could
was
take
trying to,
B.
yeah,
Yeah, I'll give him
yeah.
that. I'll give him that.
I think B is fair.
B is fair. Okay, B is
All right.
fair.
So now we're gonna move. That man, that was stunned. That's why I like the fact we don't talk about it before we come on, because I thought sure I was gonna be
Yeah.
fighting for Ja on this one and just giving it a C, because most people don't think this is a good diss track. So I'm stunned, man. I really am.
Well,
All
if
right.
you go, like I say, the lyricism isn't really there. He do got a couple bars, but you do have to rate impact. Impact is it can trump a lot of other things. You know what I'm saying?
Right. All
Again,
right.
he
And Kurt,
decided to wage war against Eminem. So I don't know.
and Kurt, if
had to
you
give
like,
had to give him props for that.
and Kurt, if you're doing stuff in the bed, just kind of mute your mic, because I think we was picking up on some stuff you was doing. It was kind of clicking in the background. So just letting you
My
know.
fault. My fault.
You
My
good, man.
fault.
All right. So you good. All right. So we're gonna move on to the response to this song, which was Hail Mary. This was over the Hail Mary beat. Got Eminem and 50 on there, and then Busta Rhymes comes on at the end. Um, I remember this. The first time I heard this song, it was on I think it was on K Slay's mixtape, and I remember like K Slay was not playing Busta's verse, like we gonna hold Busta's verse and all this other stuff. So it is definitely a memorable track. Um, man, I hated this song, guys. I got to be real. I thought this song was terrible. I thought it was terrible when it came out, and I think it's terrible listening back to it now. I hated this song. I remember when this song came before I heard Buster's verse. I I was obviously Team G Unit, and I heard Loose Change, and then this came out, and I remember just sitting there like, "Damn, bro, we losing," because this song wasn't it. This song was not it at all. It was like, yo, y'all calling this dude a fake Tupac, and y'all gonna sit here and just pretty much rap all of Tupac's verse and change the words here and there to this. Like what? Like what was this? Like, and then 50 Cent come on there, and he uses uh Tupac's lyrics from both Against All Odds and Hail Mary. It's like, man, well, pick the one you gonna bite. Like what are we even doing here? Now, Busta Rhymes came on at the end, and Busta Rhymes killed it. So I definitely give it a song that because Busta Rhymes killed that, and it was surprising to hear it. Without Busta Rhymes' verse on this song, I put this shit in the F tier. We didn't have Busta Rhymes' verse, but with Busta's verse, I gotta push it to a D tier because he bodied that joint. I gotta push it to a D tier because we did, but I can't get it past. Man, them dudes are sitting there just rapping Tupac's lyrics. Like what? What are y'all even doing? And they changed some words here and there, but this song was trash. I was so disappointed. They got back on track. I think another song was called Bump Heads, and they kind of got back on track. But at this point, they were losing because Loose Change bodied this song. So I'm gonna put it in the D tier personally, and I'm gonna toss it to Kurt.
I know you ain't just say D tier, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
Did he really just say D tier?
yeah.
He
Hey,
said D
Buster
tier.
Rhymes, like, what he say? What he say? You got it, old flabby like Larry Holmes, looking flabby and sick. Like,
Yeah, it's
bro,
two.
yeah, but I know it's Tupac, but it was like, okay, first of all, it has to be at least A tier strictly off of Busta Rhymes verse. It has to be, bro. I understand 50. And like you say, and they took the Larry Holmes looking flabby and sick and get off daddy. You know, and they kept doing shit like that to sound like pop, and I get it.
Come on, yo.
But from the first time, I get it. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you about that. But the first time you heard, hey yo, Jeffrey, what the fuck you involving me for? Yo said never committed a crime on a Murder Inc. roster. Never been a violator on a Murder Inc. roster. Bro, if you know how real that was, because Violator was something big. Remember that Violator came out and they had albums and that was like a triple entendre with him saying that. Bro, off of Busta Rhymes alone, bro, it has to be at least B tier. Alone just off of Busta. And then when you talk about the impact of it, when that shit dropped, bro, when Busta verse dropped, and I think about the game and what would it be without you? Like, yo, bro, I'm sorry, bro. Reggie detail.
Yeah.
I think, bro. I can't put it lower than B off of Busta Rhymes alone, bro. That's one of the most memorable verses because it was Busta. Nobody expected, like, come on, give me some more. Like, we knew. It's like when I listened, like I say, like you say, Ether made me listen to Nas. But now that I know Nas, it's easy to believe that it was that he was capable of Ether, right? For those that had knew who Nas was at the time. For a guy like me, I didn't know like who he was, so I didn't know what he was capable of. Like we know what Busta Rhymes could have been capable of, right? But to actually hear him like because Busta was like loved by everybody. Don't nobody beef with Busta Rhymes, bro. Come on, bro. Busta Rhymes. But just off of that verse alone, bro, it has to be at least a B tier, bro. And the impact of that verse on that song, bro, it
Yeah.
has to be B. It has to be B. It has to be a B tier, bro. I'm sorry, Reg.
Mhm. If Pac was
I'm
still
not
alive,
disagreeing with the pop.
he would
The pop,
if Pac was still alive, he would never ride with Ja. Ya la la la. You like that? You good with that?
bro. I'm not. Listen.
You good with that?
Listen. I'm not saying. I'm not even talking about 50 and Eminem. You can have that. That's not what I'm mad at. I'm saying once you get to Ayo Jeffrey, what the fuck you start involving me for? Like that changes the whole song, bro. That alone, bro.
All
That
right.
alone, Reg,
Okay. Let's get
should it has to be at least B just because of that alone.
all right. Let's get Stan in. Go ahead. What'd you say, Stan?
I hated this song when it came out. I hated it. It was peak Tupac dick riding in that time period, which was also very annoying. They were all doing it. Everybody was dick riding Tupac, and it's like at that time. Keep in mind, Pac had been gone for about 6, 7, 8 years at that point, I guess. And it was just peak Tupac dick riding. I was like, y'all niggas are riding Tupac's dick like it's still here. And that song was horrible. It was horrible. It was actually I hated it then. And the only reason why it's even redeeming is because of and that it was a redeeming track was because the Busta Rhymes come on there and absolutely destroying Ja Rule. And I have no idea what the issue with Busta and Ja was at that point. I don't remember. I don't want to remember. I just remember Busta's verse being fucking crazy. I hated the fact that K Slay held his verse because that was also during peak annoying DJ time. And all these niggas thought they were stars, and it's like y'all niggas just play records. You're not stars. That's it. That's what you niggas do. You spin records and you grease the palms or whatever niggas you fuck with to get the records. I hated that shit. It's when I was starting to really hate the mixtape scene at that point because of that stuff and because of these fucking DJs. But again,
Mm,
rest in peace to K Slay. But
yeah, for sure.
uh, yeah, I put it in the C tier, and that's only for Buster's verse. I thought Eminem and 50 Cent. I thought Eminem and 50
All
Cent
right. So
embarrassed
you said
themselves
so
on that.
Kurt, you said
I'm putting it in a B, man. I understand. I know. I get what you're
All
saying
right,
about K
B.
Slay and everybody holding their voice and the DJs at that time. But at that time, though, if you really look back at it, DJs was necessary. That was necessary to do, bro. DJ Clue and them
No,
niggas. They had
I
set a.
understand. I understand that that was necessary at the time. It was annoying as shit. It was starting to get very
It
annoying
was.
around this
It
time
was.
because these
K
guys are
Slay
running
made it
around trying.
annoying.
These guys are running around like they like they're stars. Like y'all niggas aren't the stars. You're just the niggas that play the records because this nigga paid you more to play it. You know, I mean, from us to flex. These guys were starting to get real corny around that time, man. It was just getting that point. But that's not the point. The point is the record was trash. It was just straight up dick riding Tupac, and it was yeah. Wasn't a fan of it then. I hate it even more now. I was like, y'all niggas can do better than that, man.
All
If
right,
that's
so
what
we're
you're gonna do better than that.
BCD. So like, I mean, are we all? Can we all agree to put it in the C tier? Like, is that? Can we all kind of agree on that?
I put it there
Okay,
for Buster's verse, and that's it.
we all right, we could put it there. We could put it there. But that verse was so vicious, bro. That verse, I feel like
All
that
right,
verse has too much value. But we can agree with C.
all right. Let's keep moving. The real Tupac Shakur, hit him up. This was man. This again another song.
Royalty.
A lot of targets here. Obviously, Big is the main target, but I mean, Lil Kim gets bars, Lil C's, Mobb Deep, Chino XL. You know, it's kind of crazy thinking about it. Just like I don't want to get like somber here, but like so many of these guys aren't with us anymore. You know, obviously Pop, obviously Big, but Prodigy's gone. Chino XL just recently passed away, so it's kind of crazy, man. Like it doesn't seem like it's, but this was a long time ago. This was what '96 when this song came out.
Yeah, man.
Um,
1996 was a long time ago, man.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
it is. It is. So yeah, I'm gonna start with Kurt, man. Where you putting hit him up?
Um, hit them up, bro. They be talking royalty now, bro.
Yeah,
We talk. This is like cream of the crop. This is like if you want to know how to diss, right? This is how you do it. I mean, Big had just dropped Get Money, so he had that banging in the background. He had violent, harsh bars for niggas. He had a beat that was rocking with it. Like he had the video where niggas was dressing up like him. I mean, like, bro, this is how battle rap is done. This is one of those songs where if you're gonna diss a nigga, take this blueprint. You can take this blueprint right now, bro. That nigga said, "With my fofo blow, all your seeds don't grow." Like, and
yeah,
that wasn't even a bar, cuz that was just some shit he was just blurting out
yeah.
at the end of the song. But I think this is peak Tupac's rage. I think he was at the peak of his rage when he made this song, bro. I think I feel like there could have been times where this could have been squashed during it. Like if somebody would have been like, "Yo, let's just you do this right and they do this right and let's just squash this." I think that could have happened. But at this point in time where this song was being made, there was no truce talks. It wasn't going to be no truce talks. It wasn't going to be no let's be cool. He just went in the booth, bro, and just went crazy. He went crazy, bro. Like what he say? Then his even his homeboys that went at him, the outlaws. You know what I mean? Little Frank White need to get strapped for setting traps. Bro, he didn't even have the hardest verse on the song, probably, bro. When I listened to that, bro, like they all killed it. They all murdered it, bro. Like this is the 50 Cent blueprint. I'm gonna get up there. I'm gonna be really disrespectful. I'm gonna be full of rage. I'm gonna say some violent bars that's gonna break the game, and then I'm gonna have my homeboys ride with me and do the same thing. This is literally what 50 Cent did to Ja Rule. So That's class, bro. I mean, I think that's
Yeah,
self-explanatory, bro. Yeah.
yeah. Stan, what you got?
I absolutely hate this fucking record, but I had to put it in the S tier. And I know that sounds weird me saying that, but it is the blueprint for diss records. And I fucking hate the song. I hate what it stands for. I hate what followed afterwards. Um, but it's an S tier track because of it. It is the peak of Tupac Shakur's paranoid uh, paranoia at this time, and like you said, the rage and paranoia that he was he was putting out there, and it was just it was maddening to see Pac go off the deep end at that point and seeing the things he was doing, and it was again nobody was there to sit him down and say, "Yo, you just sit your ass down and calm the fuck down." And again, all these niggas are doing whatever, doing his bidding pretty much at that point. So it wasn't like niggas was gonna sit there and be like, "Yeah, man, you need to cool it." He was paranoid. He was out of his fucking mind, paranoid. Like Tony Montana, like paranoia, and this was the peak of that. But it is a hard ass record, so I have to give it. I hate what he was saying on there about Big, and you know what I'm saying. Like I said, it was so much animosity between the two of those guys and what it created amongst the fans. It wasn't so much between them; it was what people perceived it to be. And we all know how the shit ended. And I think people have PTSD about that stuff. But if you just isolate it as a record, it's like, man, it's just this is the blueprint for how to do a diss record. I hate it, but I have to give it its props because it is what doing a diss record is dissing this guy, this guy's crew. Fuck Bad Boys, the staff, and the label, and the motherfucking crew. And if you're down with them, fuck you too. And, you know what I mean? Again, it's peak Tupac paranoia, as I used to call it. The Tupac paranoia, as I called it then. You know, and the Tupac acolytes were just in love with this stuff. It was just eating up like a biscuit, eating up like biscuits and gravy.
Yeah,
Pac doesn't get a lot of credit for being, as he was. I don't want to say he was a cult leader at times, but he had a lot of niggas under him that just were just enamored with him and his shit he was doing, and then all this stuff. It got obviously doesn't age well, given what happened. But man, you can't front on the fact that's a hard ass fucking record. And just judging it based on what it was, you got to go in the S tier because it's the blueprint for disc records. It's the blueprint for it's what niggas like Nas and Jay and the M50s and all these niggas followed after that. That template, that type of rage and paranoia. Nobody could match that, but they tried. A lot of niggas tried after that. So
yeah,
I put it in the S
yeah,
tier for what it is. It's a fucking hard ass disc record, but I fucking hate that song.
yeah. I
I don't
mean,
even I don't even like playing it.
yeah, yeah. Y'all basically said it, man. It's a S tier diss track. I actually completely understand and agree with what you're saying, Stan, because I do kind of sort of feel that, but it's just a great diss record. I mean, like Tupac, like really like he encapsulates everything in the diss record, like Kurt was saying about the get money thing in the background, and then the whole rollout of having the video and having the people that guy dressed like Biggie and he yelling in his face, yelling in his ear, and um like Kurt was saying, the Outlaws came correct on that song as well. And I left him up, but rest in peace, Hussein Fatal. He also passed away from the Outlaws. But like, man, them dudes, man, everybody just went in, and the rage at the end, Pac is going crazy at the end of the song. Like it's not the most comfortable thing to listen to now, but man, it was a great diss record. I mean, the beat, it's iconic. It's iconic. And you claim to be a player, but I fuck your wife and all that stuff. We bust on bad boys, fuck for life, and it's not the most like lyrical diss song, but it's just the energy that Pac is rapping them bars on. It just takes it to another level. Um, I think that if if these guys had lived, I think maybe we would look at the diss track a little bit differently because despite what like Puff Daddy will say, Biggie was coming back. Biggie was going to respond, and we know that if we just talking on some like straight lyrical sense, Biggie was ahead of Tupac in that regard. If we just talking about just spitting, Biggie was going to come with it. So I think we might look at this diss track a little bit differently had that happened, but it is what it is. It's nothing really to say. It's an S tier diss track.
I mean,
It's
it did
up there
happen.
amongst
Big
the
did.
greatest diss
Yeah.
tracks of all time.
I
Yeah,
mean, Big did respond. So I mean, it's not like Again, Puff tried to downplay that shit because that's what he was trying to do. While in the background, he was the architect of all this stuff. But Big did respond. He tried to downplay Long Kiss Goodnight, but Long Kiss Goodnight's about Pop. I mean, I don't know what else
it
to tell
is.
niggas that don't want to believe that, but that's what it was.
It is, but
And
Pocket passed at that point, and and that song's uncomfortable to listen to too, because I mean Pocket's already passed, and like Big is rapping these bars with the the thing of the fact that Pocket already passed, so it's an uncomfortable listen. I actually wouldn't put Long Kiss Goodnight as a diss record. That's more of just a yeah, this is what it is record, if you know what I'm saying. So I don't know.
yeah, because he wasn't, his style wasn't to go do a diss record about people and just do a, yeah, I'm talking about this nigga, and this nigga, and this nigga. He was a very subliminal type of rapper. So while Pac was very direct and targeted with his barbs, Big was very subliminal. And his shit was, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about.
Right,
We ain't
right.
gotta do no invest. You ain't got. We ain't break. We ain't. We're not putting this shit out there in Front Street. Is one of those. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. And again, niggas like Nas and some of the bars that Big said his way, and the niggas didn't know about it till years later. You know, that's
Yeah,
how he was.
yeah, and yeah, yeah, and Big technically there's technically a verse out you can find where Big responded. I forget the name of it, but if I find it, I'll link it below. But yeah, but going back to Pop, man, it's everything you need in a disc record. It's every
Hmm.
it's got it all. Everything you need is in that disc record. So yeah, it's no doubt. Hit him up as S tier without question.
I think it
So
might be
move.
top five. It might be top
Yeah,
five,
probably,
man.
probably. I had to think about it, but probably, yeah, yeah. All right, so moving along, we're gonna go to Mob Deep. Drop a gem on him. This was a response to hit him up. Unfortunately, Pocket already passed. Well, I think the song technically did come out, and like they were playing it on some New York radio, probably like a week before Pac got shot. But it didn't really
Hmm.
have an opportunity to really like go anywhere because Pac passed or
Pac passed
whatnot.
away.
But I know they were planning on doing a whole thing where they were gonna have a video. You can imagine what that video would look like, just some dark New York stuff. Like it would have been really cool for sure. So I'm gonna I think I'm gonna start with Stan on this one. Where do you put Drop a Gem on him?
It's borderline an S tier track, but I put it in the A track. I put it in the A tier, but it's borderline because it is just a vicious record.
Yes,
And
it
you
is.
didn't. It's just a vicious record, and it was one of those times. It was really surprising at the time because again, nobody from New York was saying a whole lot of shit publicly.
Hmm.
Niggas was not saying shit publicly. Yeah, niggas was saying things, but they were not out in the open. Nobody wanted to fan the flames of this East Coast West Coast thing, so niggas was not saying anything really. And you know, Puff wasn't saying nothing but his passive aggressive bullshit. Big was doing what he was doing, and he wasn't saying. Nobody was saying anything publicly. And Mobb Deep was like, "We don't give a fuck. This nigga dissed us on the record, so we ain't got something to say about it." And they didn't give a fuck about the Dog Pound doing the New York shit. They responded to that.
He did.
They was the only niggas that was responding to these records, man. They had the LA joint. Like they was not afraid. They was like, we're not gonna sit here and cower like the rest of these niggas is doing. These niggas want to dance around and shiny shoots and shit. No, we're not doing that, man. You knowing the fact these niggas is dissing us, man. They calling us soft. I know that was a basis of Prodigy's beef with Jay Z. But Jay Z had the New York's been soft, so Snoop came in and pushed the bills
Right.
and shit. Like these niggas were proud of where they came from. They did not appreciate being the target of Tupac Shakur's, paranoia rants back then. So that record is hard, man.
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
just vicious, man. It's a vicious record. It's a vicious, straight to the point, straight at your jugular record, and I fucks with it hard. So I put it in the A tier.
All right. A tier. Kurt, what you got? You on mute,
You
guys?
know, um, everything we said about Hit 'Em Up, besides the video and taking the beat or whatever, this is one of those blueprint songs. Like this is a song where it's though like you can listen to this song like you want to. If I want to diss Stan, if I want to diss Reggie, and I needed some motivation, you could listen to this, bro. These dudes, man, Mobb Deep. First of all, Mobb Deep just don't get enough credit. Period. Right. But
No, you not.
um, I felt like Mobb Deep, like you said, wasn't nobody else said nothing, right? And they didn't care. But I felt like, and I hate to say this because he's no longer here. But Mobb Deep, Prodigy would have beat Tupac. I think Prodigy would eventually. Prodigy, yo, listen, bro.
Mm-hmm.
They was killing Death Row. You listen, it's more than just this song. Drop a gem on it's more than just this song, bro. Like Mobb Deep was smashing Death Row, bro. Like lyrically. Lyrically. Of course, Tupac dropped a record, Snoop dropped a record, everything stops because Dre's producing. But we're talking about from a lyrical standpoint. They killed Death Row, bro. They really did, bro. And I feel like this was going to be this song had not been for Pac's death, right? If they would have been able to shoot a video and do all that other stuff, yo, this would have been the song that would have turned the tide. This would have been the song that made everybody. This would have been that song that made everybody get get faith or get hyped up to be able to say something about Pac. Like this was gonna be to let the floodgates open because it was finally like y'all ain't gonna say nothing. Okay, well y'all ain't gonna say nothing over there. Okay, what about y'all the bad boy? Y'all ain't gonna say nothing. Like, bro, all right, we're gonna say something. Like, let us say what we say then. Y'all, everybody else shut up. Let us do what we do. And like Stan said, this shit was vicious, bro. This was
Mm-hmm.
live and direct. When you listen to Hit 'Em Up, there is a little bit of a humor factor. You know what I'm saying? He is saying things like, that'll make you say, oh, like I fucked your wife. Like, oh, nah. It wasn't none of those, like, all this shit was just like, we want to kill niggas. And we want to show niggas that you a pussy. Yeah, like this was murderous music. Like, we want to show niggas you a pussy. Want to show niggas you can't fuck with us. Want to show niggas that you a fake ass nigga. And we're going to go live and direct with it, bro. So I have, bro. It's hard not to put this in S tier, bro. I think it's an S tier, bro. That's what I mean. Stan said it all, so I ain't really got much to say. But this is an S tier, in my opinion, Rich.
Um, it should be an S tier, but it's not an S tier, and it's due to no fault of their own. It's not an S tier because it didn't have the impact that it would have had Pac not passed away. It just didn't. Like, to be quite honest with you, like, I knew about Hit 'Em Up because I mean, obviously, a lot of this stuff is technically not quite before our time, but kind of that age. We're still kind of getting there. You know what I'm saying? So, like, Hit 'Em Up came out when I was 10 years old, I think, and I knew about Hit 'Em Up. I knew about Hit 'Em Up, right? If I'm being 100% honest with you, I didn't even know about Drop a Gem on them until Stan. What year? When did you start working? Like, when did you actually get your first job? Was you start buying a lot of the CDs? When did you get your job?
2000, the glory years of 2000, 2001,
Yeah,
2002.
I didn't know
That's
about
when
this song.
that's
So
when, yeah,
yeah, I didn't know.
that's
I
when I
didn't know
started
about this
really
song.
going. Yeah, that's when we started really going back into the archives of hip hop and really going back at some of these records that we weren't able to listen to because we weren't allowed to listen to those records. So, like Hell on Earth in general is a very underrated album. It's like
Mhm.
if we ever do like a duos list, Mobb Deep would probably be the top three for me. And Hell on Earth is a very underrated album. It from top to bottom, it's just fucking hard ass records.
Yeah.
At a time when again a lot of niggas on the East Coast weren't making hard music. They just weren't. They were trying to follow the bad boy model and the singing and dancing and all that bullshit. So gotta give Mob
Yeah.
Deep. I want to give Mob Deep the
Yeah.
props right now. While we're
Yeah.
Shout
here,
out to the bottom, man.
those niggas were
Absolutely.
amazing together.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
yeah,
And they
they
But
did
fell
like,
off at the end, but they were
yeah,
amazing together. Yeah,
but like yeah, and the point I was saying is that like I didn't hear this song until it was probably around there, like 2000, 2001,
yeah,
because you were going back and like buying a lot of old stuff. So I didn't hear the
yeah.
song until then. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't even know anything about it. So that just kind of shows the kind of non-impact this song made. Again, no fault of their own. This is just circumstances that happen. So I
Yeah.
can't put it in S tier. I can't put it in S tier because of that, because of the impact. But as a diss track, I agree. This is an S tier diss track, man. Prodigy goes off on that song. We say robberies in Manhattan. You know what happened? 60G worth of gun clapping. Who shot you? You probably screamed louder than the opera. New York got you. Now you want to use my mob as a crutch? Like he killed that song. You think you can't get bucked again once
Yo,
again?
hey, yo, that's what I'm saying. Like, I believe Prodigy. I believe Prodigy would have beat Pop, bro. Like, if that battle would have went on for like, let's say another year or two, eventually, I think
Yeah,
Prodigy. People forget how dope Prodigy was. Like, 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 there are older people, like older guys that's like in their 40s, that's a little older than us, 45, 46. That say Prodigy was the best rapper in the game at one point. I've heard a lot of
yeah,
OGs say that at one point Prodigy was the best rapper in the game. I've heard a lot of them say that, bro. A lot of them, like hip hop niggas too. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, it was a rapper on the Drink Champs from the South recently. I can't remember, but he was talking about Prodigy. Like, yo, Prodigy was the hardest rapper in the game.
yeah,
Like, and it was a rapper. It was a older rapper too from the South that said that. So, but Prodigy, yeah, I think he'd eventually beat Pac, bro. And this right here is proof of it. Like, if anybody
yeah,
asks how you get he to beat Pac, I say go listen to that. Actually,
yeah.
Reggie, you introduced me to this.
To the
Yo,
song?
you remember used to have a CD player.
Yeah.
We used to like, bro,
That just goes.
listen to this.
That,
And we used to
yeah,
sit so little class with the headphones on, bro. You actually introduced me to Hell on Earth.
yeah, yeah. That just goes to show you that, like, I, I didn't know this song existed. So, like, that's why I can't quite put it in the S tier. But I think are we good with A tier?
I'm good with A. I'm definitely good
Absolutely,
with A.
absolutely.
Yeah,
The record is it's again, it's just vicious, and like you said, it didn't have the impact, unfortunately, because of Pac's passing at the time. But yeah, this shit is vicious.
all right. All right, let's keep moving. We almost done. Um, we're gonna go with Dre Day. This was Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. A lot of targets on here. Obviously, Easy E, Luke, um, Tim Dog. I mean, a lot of guys was getting attacked on this one, and there's no doubt that with this song that I have to start with Stan because this is a Dr. Dre
There's
song
a Dr.
dissing
Dre.
people. This is Dr. Dre on here dissing. So I'm very interested to know where Stan's going to rank this song because of a previous video we were talking about another song that he refused to give any credit because he doesn't believe the party wrote it. So now we have this song here, and so we are going to go ahead and start with Stan. Stan, where you
He
rank
wants to
Dre Day?
basically he
Man,
wants to see if he's gonna
first
keep
of
it
all,
consistent.
yeah,
Dre
I
Day, let's
know, I
go.
know. Look, I know exactly what he's trying to do, and he's not gonna get me to do it. I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to. First of all, the fact that you're trying to do a parallel between some random ass song that Benzino released about Eminem 20
Mm,
years too late and
mm.
Dr. Dre the Dre Day man, please, man, I'm not going to do that. I'm not doing that today. No,
Nah,
you're
bro,
not.
it
You're not.
don't
You're,
matter.
you're,
It
you're,
don't matter, Stan. He
you're
did
not.
whether
You're
he
not
wrote it
going
or
to.
not. That don't
And
matter.
again, here's where I stand on that. I don't think that record was. I think Dre. That's I would probably put this record, the Dre record, probably in the BT. And I'll stand by that. I'll stand by it. It's a BT record because it was at the height of, again, the West Coast resurgence and Dre's resurgence as a solo artist. And yeah, that track is hard. That track is hard. Yeah, Snoop Dogg, Snoop is on it. Snoop probably wrote the whole song. Okay, great. Then I give her credit to Snoop Dogg. Then I can't do
That's
the
crazy.
Benzino thing.
That's
I'm not
crazy.
comparing them. I'm not going to sit here and compare that record with rap for some rap Elvis song that some nigga that rolls Benzino's blunts wrote for him. The fuck out of here, man. And it wasn't even that good. Like he was saying shit niggas were saying about Eminem 30 years ago, bro. It's
Mm,
2024, man. Get off that shit, man.
mm,
Nah, not comparing it. I'm not doing it. You're not gonna get me to do that. You're not gonna do it. I'm not gonna sit here and say, well, that Benzino record wasn't as bad as I said it was. That Benzino record was ass, and
Stan,
he didn't write it, and he didn't write it. He had nothing to
Stan,
do with it besides the fact he probably just released it himself. Like, he probably released it himself. He didn't do
Stan,
anything. He just had the nigga
Stan,
write the record for him.
Stan. Did Dr. Dre write his verse?
I'm not here to say whether or not he did or not because I can't tell you
Oh my God.
that. I can't tell you for sure. I cannot say with certainty
I
that
can tell you.
Dr. Dre did not write that verse. I can sit here and tell you that Dr. Dre didn't write a lot of verses. He was a
Hmm.
producer,
That was one
and
of them.
uh, I'm sure that he had a plethora of Hall of Fame ghostwriters. I'm not going to sit here. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and tell you differently, but I'm also not
But
going to
one of
sit
them was
here.
on the song with him. One of them Hall of Fame ghostwriters was on the song with him.
I know that. Again, he had a Hall of Fame crew. You talk about Snoop Dogg, Corrupt, Lady of Rage. A lot of the people wrote
Daz,
verses more popular. Daz
yeah, Daz,
Dillinger,
Warren G was around him.
yeah, Warren G. I mean, these niggas all wrote lyrics for him. I mean, Ice Cube was writing all the lyrics back in the NWA days. Cube and Ren were writing all the lyrics.
Yeah, Ren. Yep.
I was just Cube and Ren. They just put them niggas on the records, but they wrote all the records. I'm sure we're gonna get to Cube in a little bit, but
So where you putting it at, Stan? That's what we want to know.
I'm putting the Dre Day record in like the B tier because I love it. That record hard.
All right.
It's hard.
I agree.
I give it a B tier, but I also will acknowledge the fact that Dre probably didn't write the lyrics, and I acknowledge
Probably. Come on, Stan.
Come on, Stan.
that. I will admit that he probably didn't write the lyrics, or at
All
least
right.
his part. He may have wrote the hook.
Yeah.
Now he may have
Yeah.
wrote the hook. Come on,
He
now he
ain't
might have
write
did
the
the
hook
hook.
either, bro. He ain't write the hook either, bro. He didn't do no writing. He made the beat. That's why we gotta give him credit.
Hmm.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he
give him
made the
that.
beat. Give him that. Give him
Okay.
that.
Um,
What did Benzino do? Name the song Rap Elvis? That's probably all he did.
Yeah, that's part of it.
And why am I being asked to compare Benzino to Dr. Dre? I can't. This is
because they
that. That's
didn't
where I.
write it. They
That
didn't
that's
write
where
it.
I, that's where I got a problem. I got a problem with that. But we're not going to sit here and hold the show up for that. I'm not going to
But
do
he
that.
didn't write it. Like if you okay, it's like CEO. See, you like the NBA referees. Like it's a foul on Steph Curry, but it's not a foul for Steph Curry, right? Like he's a veteran, so we're gonna give Steph Curry the benefit of the doubt. Bro,
Hey man,
listen,
I'm not. All I'm saying is I'm not going to sit here and compare Dr. Dre with Benzino. I'm just not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm
that's
not.
fair. That's fair. That's fair.
That's
That's fair.
asinine. You know it. And
That's fair.
Reggie knows that. He knows this is ridiculous. You just trying to start some shit. He trying to
I'm
get
a,
me riled up. And I'm not going there. He knows it's ridiculous. He knows that.
hey,
He knows he knows good and goddamn well there's no comparison to those two records. He knows that. He knows that.
I'm gonna go ahead.
Come
I'm
on
gonna go ahead. Hey, Reggie, I'm gonna go ahead.
now.
I am a little ghost right biased myself, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it. I'm gonna go ahead and give it. I'm gonna give it a B tier. I'm gonna give it B. Simply because I think that's where it belongs overall. Um, impact. It had a pretty good impact. It's just everything is B across the board. B class lyrics, B class impact. It was not that big of a deal at the time. It was more so the fact that Dre and Eazy was separated was a bigger deal than this actual track, right? Um,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna agree with Stan. I'm gonna stand on the B. Now it's a better song now as a song. I think it is played more as a just a good song for real than just a diss track because of the beat, right? That beat just make you dance. There's nothing you can do about that shit. Once that shit drop, so you can actually play that shit at a party and
Yep.
people will want to dance. But the actual song itself as a diss, I would just have to put it at B. To be fair, I think it's a B.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with Beats here. And to be clear, I'm not comparing Benzino and Dr. Dre. I'm only comparing the situation. That is all. I want to be clear on that. But look,
That doesn't want to sound like to me. It sounds like you trying to compare
no,
Benzino's
I'm
record that
comparing.
Benzino put his name on to something that Dr. fucking Dre did. I'm just not, I'm not, no, I'm not
That
doing
is
that at
what
this
you're
point.
See,
doing. That is
see how
technically what you're doing.
he's being a
His
being
diss
a
track and
politician.
that diss track.
He's being a politician. He's trying to change the narrative. That's not what I said. I'm simply talking about the situation. I'm talking about the situation. You say one thing is because the guy didn't write it, and then we have another one where the guy didn't write. That's all I'm doing. Situation is all I'm
Okay.
That
comparing.
is what he's doing. I mean, I'm just saying though, Reg, like let's not just say Dr. Dre and Benzino at the same time no more, because that do sound crazy, bro.
Ah,
Let's
man,
just do
y'all see, I'm okay. All right, fair enough.
that.
Um, but I agree with you guys. I think B tier is definitely a good placement for this one. It's a
Uh,
classic diss track. It's a class like it curse. It's a classic song.
It's a classic
More than a
song.
diss track. It's it definitely goes in like that Drake's back to back kind of category where it's like it's just a good song. Like it's like it's a song more than it's a diss track, but it's very much a diss track though. I like the second verse was Snoop and Dre's going back and forth just dissing. Like I'm gonna diss this guy. Oh, it's like your go, you diss. It's your go, you diss and whatnot. And again, the presentation was excellent too with like the Easy E in the video with the Larry Heller guy in the video. So the whole presentation to me was amazing. So like honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, like when you take because it was an impactful song, it was a good song, and it got some good disses on there. Like the whole presentation and everything of it, man. This is probably A. Like they killed that song.
We can
This
the
is probably
reason it's one reason why I can't say A, bro. But I don't want to say it because you're gonna bring up Benzino, bro. It's one reason, bro. It's one reason why it can't be A, bro. You have to participate, bro. If someone else is participating for you, uh, but if
It's
we,
just
oh,
yeah. I'm not doing that Benzino thing, man. No, I'm not doing that.
I mean, if we want to go
I
by
can't
like
believe you
you
spending
say,
much time talking about that.
if we want to go by the song, the lyrics, like you say, the presentation and the impact, uh, I don't think like okay, like Checkmate. Like when you listen to the lyricism of Checkmate, when you listen
right.
to the lyricism of some of the songs that we have in A tier, it's not that.
No, it's a different kind of
Although
diss track.
this is like I feel like in order to be at least A tier, you have to have A tier bars too, though, right? Like it's not really like too many A tier bars to be, you know what I mean, on there. I
I
mean,
think
you
B.
can make the case for A. I'm not saying that you can,
I
but
think B is fair.
you think B is fair?
Yeah, B is fair. Yeah, I
B
think
is
B is
fair.
fair.
I think we're going. I think that's going to be one of the songs we come back and revisit, bro, and say, you know what, that might be an A tier. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's going to be one of those songs. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. We're
I
gonna
got
move on to
myself
the
on that.
response.
Right.
All right. All right, we're gonna move on to the response to Dre Day, which was Easy E, real motherfucking G's.
Compton
This
City
song,
G.
man, um, bruh, look, I think that this was, and the thing about it is because we literally just had a conversation about like lyricism and whatnot, and I mean, they obviously like this isn't like high class lyricism, but like this song was amazing, man, and like
Bro, it's some S tier bars in there, bro. They not super
it,
lyrical, but it's some S
it's
tier bars in there.
it's S tier rebuttals. When we talk about like the all time rebuttals, remember last week we was talking about LL Cool J, the 99% of your fans don't exist. But what about
Don't exist.
to me? We say you talk about Dre Day. Well, Dre Day only made Easy's
It's easy
payday. When you talk
Yep.
about spraying me, them same records is the ones that be paying me because Dr. Dre to get released, he had to sign off some of his stuff to Easy. So like those were hard cutting rebuttals to Dre Day. And I mean, when you look at the presentation, the video, the fact that they was like, "Oh, all right, you did the video with me. I'm gonna do the same thing in my video." Like
Yep.
the whole presentation, man. For me personally, and y'all going to trip, man. I think it's S tier, bro.
It's S tier, bro. I was hoping you said
Mm.
it, bro. It's S
I
tier,
think it's S
bro.
tier, bro.
It's S tier, bro. It's S tier, bro. He said, "Now where the hell you found the anorexic rapper?"
Yeah,
Yo, son. Yo, and you know what I love about them old school California songs, bro? Them old niggas from Cali. Like they all had songs where as though you heard a nigga rap and you never heard a nigga again. Like that dude that's on that song, like that dude that's on that song, yo, he destroyed Dre.
he
He
did.
killed Dre. You talk about how you never did the crime, how you was glittery on your album cover. They killed that. Yo, listen. And that dude, the funny thing is, that dude probably wasn't even trying to be a rapper. He was just probably a dude in the crew that knew about Dre. And Easy was like, bro, say that shit on the wax. You see what I'm saying, bro? And you know back then everything was raw and rugged, bro. You know what I mean? Like niggas was literally in niggas in bathrooms, like turn the ceiling fan off, bro. I'm about to make this song. Like they was really like pots and pans, bro. The beat is hard, the lyrics is hard, like what they saying is hard. Like and then like, bro, this is S tier, bro. That's S tier, bro. I'm sorry, bro. That is
Nah,
that that's one of those. That's one of those. And see, the thing about it was Easy. Easy was just like he was like straight to the point with it. Like you can hear it in his voice. Like nigga, I know you ain't dissing me, nigga. Like I know it's not you, bro. Like hold up, you can hear it in his voice. You can hear it in his cadence. You can hear it like bro. And then when he said, "Now tell me where the hell you found the anorexic rapper," that's it. That's it. Over. Ding ding. Like it's over, bro. That's S tier, bro. Stan, what you got to say? I want to hear what Stan got to say.
yeah,
That's S
yeah,
tier, bro.
I mean, I have to get it. It's just funny. It's a again. Here's we got another situation where you got a dude, a nigga rapping that didn't write the verses.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know who wrote the song. I'm sure I would assume it was at that point MC Ren that wrote that.
Nah,
But
it was actually the second dude on the song. I actually saw an interview about it recently. The second guy Kurt was talking about, he actually wrote it. But go ahead, sir.
Oh, for real?
yeah,
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 Yo, did
okay.
that dude ever rap again?
I don't know.
I
Yeah,
put it
that's
in the
the
A
bar.
tier. I put it in the A tier. I'm not putting no S tier though, but I put it in the A tier. Again, Easy E
S
was not a
tier,
rap. Easy E
S
was not a
tier, bro.
rapper. He was a figurehead who would rap here and there just to be the face of his company. But he wasn't no fucking rapper. Niggas was writing verses for him. But
Yeah, but
I will
then,
say that I will say that shit was it was a great response record. And again, I don't even remember if this came out before. I'm trying to think of when this shit came out in the timeline of when Q put No Vaseline out.
That was before
He ended up
Cube had been put no Vaseline out. That was
yeah,
yeah,
Yeah, I'm about
yeah,
to say,
yeah.
Cuba's already, yeah, yeah.
And how much damage that record did to all those niggas. Yeah, I give it. I put it in A tier.
I
I
All
think,
give
right.
it
bro,
an A tier.
the reason I think it's A tier, bro, is because like it's just hard to deny Easy at that point, right? Like the whole, like his whole swag, like his whole bop in the video, then the beat with it. Like I don't know, bro. I'm not gonna be mad if he did it again. I'm not gonna be mad at him,
It's
but
S tier though. Like,
it's
yo, it's
S
S tier.
tier, yeah.
Like,
It's
yo,
S
like
tier.
I ain't even mention the it was all about a Jeep thing, but on his last album cover, he was nothing but a sheep thing. So the video,
Yeah, that's
he
what I'm
brought,
saying. They brought up the album cover.
Yeah,
yeah,
it
like
was.
he
Look,
brought,
look. It was the first time that somebody had mentioned the Dr. Dre being gay thing, which was mentioned several times afterwards and alluded to by other guys. I think Tupac may have alluded to it at one point. Again, it is what it is. I'm not. But it was. Yeah, I get what y'all saying. I don't know about putting S tier though, but I don't
that
know.
man on
I
the
can't.
Summer Jam screen. Like he put the album cover in the video. Like, look at this. Like, come on, bro. It's S tier, man.
Oh, bro, come on,
Uh,
bro. And he has real like, yo, son, like that. The second dude, like if we just go by Easy, it's A tier. But when that second dude came and he really put the icing on the cake, bro. Like that's S tier, bro. That's like, I'm sorry, it's
Yeah.
S tier, bro. I'm sorry, Stan. I had to
Right.
disagree with you. You my God, bro.
That's
But
cool. We can disagree, right? That's cool. You know,
that has to go S tier. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
that's
All
cool.
right. So we got 2 votes for S tier. So we're gonna put it in the S tier. And the very last song we're gonna do, then we're gonna get out of here, is gonna be "No Vaseline" by Ice Cube. I mean, this was a response to after Ice Cube left NWA. This was a response to a song NWA had, 100 Miles of Running, where some shots were taken at at, at Ice Cube.
It should
Um,
matter
I
to.
think it was Dre. I think it was Dre who on 100 Miles of Running called him Benedict Arnold. Or maybe that wasn't, that might have been, that might not have been 100 Miles. 100 Miles of Running, they definitely took some shots at him. I think it was another song on there that they took some shots at Ice Cube. So yeah, that's the background on this song, and Ice Cube went ahead and responded. Stan, I'm gonna. I think this one's gonna be unanimous, but we got to go through the
Yeah, I think
go through it.
And we're gonna have to go through. We're gonna have to go through the whole thing. But
Stan.
this is an S tier, and this probably is the greatest diss record ever released. I think if you had to put a gun in my head and say what's the greatest diss record ever released, I'm probably saying No Vaseline by Ice Cube. So that's probably gonna spoil whatever. But that would be, to me, that's my. If you ask me, gun in my head, my answer is No Vaseline. So this obviously goes in the S tier. It's the best. It's the greatest diss record ever released. It is as vicious now as it was then,
back then, yeah.
and it's just still listen to it. You just cringe at the shit Cube is saying, and Cube is obviously angry. He's frustrated. He feels like shit was the things that he's talking about and how the NWA was broken up. It's it's a vicious record, and it's the greatest diss record ever released. And that's I'm not gonna keep it like that. It's just S tier for
Yeah,
me. Greatest diss record ever
yeah,
released.
yeah.
Yo,
It's S. Hold on, Kurt. It's S tier for me. And the reason why I'm jumping ahead of you, Kurt, is I want to make sure that like our video doesn't get flagged, because I want to just kind of make sure we're dancing around certain things that were said on the song.
okay,
Um,
okay, yeah, you did right. You did right. You did right.
Yeah.
You did right. You did
uh,
right.
this is a nasty diss record, man. This Ice Cube's a nasty dude. I mean, good God, man. I mean, he just goes right down the line, just destroys every single one of them, and he just that one line where he talks about a particular person of a particular race that broke up his crew. It's just like, man, just it's nasty. And
Jerry
then
Heller.
yeah, Jerry Heller, exactly. And he goes, and the song has a theme, which is crazy. Like, it's not just a diss record. There's a whole theme here, and
Mm-hmm.
he's talking about them getting screwed out of their money by the manager, and I'm trying to dance here.
Yeah, you
And
keep dancing, boy, you look like you sound like Chris Brown, boy. You was Chris Brown in it. Chris Brown.
and he's linking them getting screwed out of their money into another act that happens, and he keeps making references. He keeps making references to this act throughout the song. Like it's a theme. He keeps making references to it like throughout the song, and I can't even quote none of the bars on here because I don't really want
You
to
can
do
quote
it.
some of the lyrics, man.
No, you
But
can't. No, you
I,
can't. Don't
I
do it,
can't, I
Reggie.
can't, I can't.
Don't do it. Don't do it. You jumped,
It's a
hey,
nasty
Ray, you jumped
disrespect.
ahead of me for a reason, bro.
I did. But yeah, it's this. I would definitely put this in the S tier, and it's in the upper echelon of the S tier without question.
Yeah, it is.
It's a
It
body
is.
bag. I saw an interview with DJ Yella, and he was talking about what it was like in the studio when NWA first heard No Vaseline, and he said nobody was mad. He said the only thing they said was he got us. That's all they said. They got us. That's it. He got us. So yeah, S tier, S tier, S tier, S tier. Kurt, I'm gonna go to you.
Bro, if fuck around and find out was a song, it would be this, bro. Because I don't think Ice Cube walked away from NWA angry. I think he was like, fuck, I'm gonna just get my money, go do my own thing. And then they started taking shots at him. And he was just like, hold up. Y'all about to fuck around and find out, bro. You ever seen a YouTube shit where they be like, in that moment, they realized he just fucked up. Like, yeah, bro. Like, I think Ether is the GOAT, but if you made an argument for no Vaseline, I wouldn't fight you on it at all, bro. Like, if you like Stan say it's the greatest this song of all time, if that's what your stance says, I highly salute and respect you for it. Me personally, I say Ether, but that's just and when you get that high, it's just when they that high at the top, it's just a matter of personal preference. You know what I'm saying? But
Absolutely, I'm not gonna argue that.
um,
I'm not gonna argue either. I wouldn't argue against either of those records, but I would say for my money, it's no Vaseline.
yo, no
Just
Vaseline, like, do you like looking back at what's going on now? Do you understand? Like they would have killed Ice Cube now. They became how the cancel culture is. They would have burnt his
yeah.
house down if he'd have dropped no Vaseline today, bro. He would not like instant cancelization, bro. Like
Again,
no coming
Cube at
back.
that point, yeah, at that point, Cube was, we know what Cube's religious beliefs were at that point, and who the crew he was rolling with at that time, and
Yeah,
that crew that he was and again I know we're dancing around a lot of this stuff, but the crews he rode with and their beliefs against other groups of people, and we understand what this is all, and Jerry Heller, and we know what
bro. This is
dropping all the
almost they're
cargo,
not like us.
drop
This is
four niggas
almost
down making all the dough.
it's almost they not like us, bro. Like it
Yeah,
really is when because I don't want like you say trying to dance a little bit. You know when Drake was talking about the colonization how Kendrick was talking about how Drake is a colonizer and using Atlanta for money. Like it's almost on some they not like us thing. For real, bro. It really is, bro.
Come
Like
on now.
30, 40 years before. So it's like, I don't know, bro. Like no Vaseline might be the beginning and
I don't know about
and
that, but
and they not like us is the end of the story.
Nah, we ain't putting not like us in the same category as no Vaseline. That's insanity. Absolutely
No, but
not.
no, I'm saying like,
Absolutely not.
but what I'm saying is that same thing that he was talking about.
uh,
The same thing he was talking about how Jay Keller's using them to get, you know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? Like how he was
100%.
depicting Jay Keller. But I mean Jay Heller, and then he was saying how Drake is a colonizer that uses the black talent for money. Now the way they were being used was totally different. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, no Vaseline, bro, is just man, I wish I could say some of the bars that's in my head, but I can't.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
I can't do it. Nah, it's S tier though, bro. Like, long as we can all agree that that's S tier, then yeah.
Yeah,
I
without
wouldn't.
question. S tier, without question. That is S tier, no doubt about
Yeah.
it. All right, so we're basically done here. Now, did you guys want to try to put these in some sort of an order, or you want to hold off on that,
No,
just in
though
terms
we're
of
Yeah.
gonna
like
do that.
swapping them?
We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that on a. We're gonna do that. You want to do that now, or you want to do that? Later on.
I was asking y'all, do y'all want to? Do y'all want to? Wouldn't take that long, really.
Well, no
I
Vaseline is
mean,
number one,
yeah,
right?
that's pretty much
Yeah.
it for me. No Vaseline is number one, and
Hit 'em
you
up would be
know,
number two.
yeah, hit them up and drop a
Okay.
Yeah.
gem will be right behind that. The rest of them, whatever ranking the rest of them go in, they go in. But those
That's
three right there,
No,
A
I
tier
was
is
saying like
already.
I was saying
A
S
tier is
tier.
in
If
order.
we're working our if we're doing our if we're doing our S tiers, like would we say that that would be the order? No Vaseline, hit them up, real motherfucking juice.
Yeah,
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 Yeah.
easy. That's pretty easy for me.
Yeah.
There's no Vaseline number one. That's all. I'm
yeah. No Vaseline. There's only one diss track you can put above no Vaseline in my mind, bro.
Hmm.
And
And
that's
then
my
A,
guy.
I'll probably keep it as is, drop a gem on them,
Yeah,
and then
you drop a gem would be
yeah,
number one. Yeah.
I put Dre Day ahead of Loose Change. Would y'all agree with that?
Yes,
yes,
I would. Yeah.
yes, sir. Yes,
All
I
right, this is
would.
pretty easy. The rest of them are singles. All right, cool.
Yo,
So
just
we're
take that
done
Nicki
then.
Minaj
Good stuff,
off,
fellas.
bro. Just take Nicki Minaj
Oh
off,
no, it's
bro.
F
Just throw it
tier,
away,
man.
bro. Just throw it. Just get it off
Y'all,
of
y'all,
the.
y'all slept on some of her bars on that song, but I ain't gonna fight. Like I ain't gonna fight y'all on it. I ain't gonna fight you. I ain't gonna
Hey,
fight. But
that's
I
for
think y'all
another
slept on some.
episode. That's for another. Hey, Reggie, we're gonna have an episode where we say this should be B tier, this should be A tier. We could argue another time, bro.
Yeah, I like it, man. All right, man. Appreciate you guys for coming through, and we're gonna
Know what
end
it
it
is?
there. Just like and subscribe. Helps the channel. We're gonna keep it moving, man. Appreciate y'all coming through.
No
Peace.
problem, bro.